It's a little quiet. I can't turn it up any louder. That's fine. We're gonna get some other music going pretty quick here. All right, now let's switch over to session building. Is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? Hey, look at that. It's actually kind of shitty resolution. Fix that a bit. Is that readable? Yeah, it's more or less readable. Okay. Look at that. You're on stream, guys. Don't say anything shitty. You could run a whole game like you do now, but then it lets people wander and look around at stuff you have. Oh, okay. All right, Crushy. I might look into that because that would be very fucking cool. Okay, guys. So here you can see kind of the basics for what I do for the MAR sessions. So what we do is I have, my session number title up here, and then I got my little blurb, welcome folks to our tabletop RPG, blah blah blah. And then I change this, so this is going to be set in a something universe. Now it is definitely going to be set in a steampunk airship universe. And here, why don't we go over... I'll go over this section. So usually I do my intro, my little welcome. Then I have a recap, right? So I go over what happened last time. But if it's a one-shot, I explain the world a bit. I get people, a little bit acquainted with the world. I'm going to turn myself down a little bit just so that maybe you can turn me up and have the music play a bit. Are we going to be on an airship? We absolutely are. We are going to be on a big-ass airship that's actually technically a city. The way this world works is the planet's surface is inhospitable. Nobody can live on the planet's surface. So people took to the air with steamships. And then they expanded the ships until they were flying cities. So I've got what? Paint. I've got paint here. And I have got less than 0 art skill. So kind of like what I was thinking is these cities actually kind of have like a flat top. That's super flat. Is it that? So like they have like a flat top. And then they've got like this city built down. So this city is built almost like a spire down below a flat top. And then the top usually has like I don't know, maybe something like sails coming out of the top. And it's got like oars coming out the side. And then it's got maybe some sort of a huge steam engine kind of thing. I'm not really super sure, but basically I want it to be kind of a flat top. And the city, these are all the windows of the city. The city is kind of built below the flat top. And then on each city, I guess maybe we don't want there would be no sail in the middle, because there would be one giant spire in the middle. And the way it works is each city is ruled by a god. But the god, it's not an actual god, it's a wizard. It's a wizard of such immense power, such a massively powerful wizard that they are revered like a god. And so the god is like up in the spire. I'm a wizard. Here's my fire. And the god lives up at the top of this spire. And what they do is they protect the city. They have like they cast a big old shielding spell to protect the city from shit and also from other wizards, because the cities don't get along. There are multiple flying cities. Damn it. There are multiple flying cities, and they all got their oars and their windows and their sails And they also have gods in their steam engines. They also have gods living on those. And the thing is because the ground is inhospitable, they no longer have access to resources. Are they powered by anything in particular? So the wizards, not necessarily. Maybe. Okay, complicated question. Are they powered by anything in particular? Yes, kind of. But that's a very complicated question that is more overarching for the entire world. That would be a puzzle that I want the main campaign players to figure out. It's a great question. Hey, Blinkus Maximus coming in with the Twitch Prime 5 months. Thank you so much, Blinkus Maximus. Marnite hype. Yes, thank you so much. Man, 5 months of content. Shit. Yeah, exactly. So, do they have unlimited power? Unlimited? No. But like, so, you know, Volos, how Volos is like a huge deal? These are almost on the same level of Volos. So they would have, as far as a normal person is considered, it would appear to be unlimited power. But there is technically a story limit to the power that they have. But for all kind of purposes, they would essentially appear to be gods, unlimited power gods. And they protect their cities. And they fly around looking for mountains. And then they harvest mountains for resources, metals, plant material, food, stuff like that. They go running around looking for the mountains that peek out from like the cloud tops. They have to get above like the cloud layer to stay away from the toxic earth layer. They fly up above the clouds and they look for mountains to gather their resources. But they're all doing this, so every now and then 2 ships, 2 cities will both arrive at the same mountain. Describing Minecraft? Oh, kind of, a little bit. And so you have 2 cities that both arrive at the same mountaintop. And then they have a battle of the gods. This god throws fire at this guy. This guy throws ice at this guy. And it's a battle of the gods. And the people are purple. The people swing over and they try to steal each other's resources while the gods are battling. Usually the cities aren't destroyed. It's when one god gets like the little Metal Gear Solid 3 exclamation marks, like, oh shit. They just peace out. They just leave. And then this guy gets to harvest the mountain. And that can work because now he gets the resources of the mountain. But if this guy had his people stealing resources, then this guy can actually make away not too bad. I like this. Mole City lords fighting amongst each other in a somewhat dying world. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. There's that one group of folks that said screw that and just dig into the mountain and live there. Yeah. Am I lore building with chat? So we're gonna do a bit of lore building to start with. This is kind of the stuff that I had already thought of. This is a little bit of the foundation of the world. So floating cities, gods that rule the cities. The gods are really just super powerful wizards. The cities don't get along. The cities look for mountains and the cities steal from each other. That's kind of the basic principle of the world that this is set in. Oh shit, Psy Debbie coming in with 19 months. I'm gonna put this here and let it speak for itself. Love you, brother, man. Even if I've been a bit sketchy with showing up. Debbie, never apologize, never feel sorry. You are loved, you are appreciated, you are a true and honest friend. Thank you for the support, Debbie. Thank you so much, my dude. Level 20 moat wizards. These are, yeah, these are, I'm using a bit more of my Mars system, where these are like untouchable god. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. These are essentially god level, yeah, sure, level 20 moat wizard. Yeah, sure, that kind of hits it on the head. Extremely powerful. First two questions I'd have as a player are how long the world has been this way and how did the land become uninhabitable? Okay, yes, Phil M. That's kind of some of the stuff I want us to talk about. So let's see. So I've got written here, the people in the story live in a steampunk airship world. The airships are huge and carry large cities, mostly flat-topped airships with lower levels, not many actual buildings. Like a living, working city that keeps the ships afloat. They go from mountain to mountain, harvesting coal and metal to keep their ships afloat and armed and defended. Each airship city is ruled by a god, an incredibly powerful wizard who often takes the name of an ancient god and sets the rules for the city, as well as defends it against other gods who would seek to destroy the airship city and harvest its resources. So, I would love to know how the planet became uninhabitable. Was it like we could do like a nuclear war, but that's, it's like, oh, Githyanki poisoned the earth to try to kill the mind flayers lurking underground. Okay, I like this. Githyanki poisoning earth to kill mind flayers. I like this concept of a war between creatures that had nothing to do with humans. And the humans were just like fucking caught up in it, right? Like the humans had to deal with the fallout of the war. War between species unrelated to humans. Humans deal with fallout. Okay. That's fucking cool. I like that idea. Let's keep that as an option. Let's maybe label this why the planet is fucked. Multiplanar attack. That one, that's kind of that. I would do that, except that that's kind of going to be part of what happens later. To build on that idea, we could make that poison to them. They detonated the planet's core. Oh. Detonated the planet's core. Fuck. That's kind of fucking cool. That really, you know what? So detonating the planet's core puts a whole new spin on the, like, it seems now like it's definitely a dying world. It's no longer trying to survive until things get better. It's literally surviving until the end of days. The earth was poisoned by humans without knowing it. Okay, I kind of like that. Earth poisoned by humans without knowing it until it was too late. I kind of like that. Yeah, I like the idea of pollution, except you know, like they were totally unaware until it got seems too topical for the moment. I guess that might be a little bit commentary. So I'm gonna put a note about it being commentary so that I can choose to deal with the subject intelligently. I think you can still make this work, but what we would have to do is make sure that we don't make it like beating people over the head with taking care of the planet. What's wrong with social commentary in games? Nothing wrong with social commentary in games, but I just want to make sure I'm not ham-fisted about it. Make a skeleton for campaigns and ask those core questions. Okay, yeah. Okay. We could even combine these. Like what we could do, like Debbie was just talking about how, okay, here, how about this? I don't know that I'd necessarily want to use Githyanki and Mind Flayers specifically, because those are very D&D 5e, and I don't know that we're going to be using 5e or Monster of the Week rule set for this one. Although I guess we could just pull Githyanki and Mind Flayers straight up out of 5e and just use them in fucking Mar. Like, I'm the fucking god of this universe. I can do whatever I want. Okay. Githyanki. Destroying planet's core to poison Mind Flayers. Destruction of the planet's core caused violent terrain shakeup, releasing massive amounts of human pollution. So I like the idea that the core is dead. The planet is dying. And in the process of destroying the core, it kind of caused an upheaval of the terrain, like massive earthquakes and mountains shooting up from the ground, and that causing, like, I don't know, some people bury pollution, right? They just bury it like a mile under the surface. And maybe this caused a release of massive amounts of pollution that they thought they were dealing with by burying it. Okay, I kind of let's run with that for right now as a temporary why the planet is fucked. The cataclysm also be the cause of all the flying earth motes, or is that the mortal gods doing? That's more the mortal gods doing. They kind of escaped on small steamships and then slowly built them out. So this is largely those flying cities are largely metallic, and they've been mostly constructed. Okay, so I like why the planet is fucked. That's good. That's a good start. Wonder if there are many cities flying around or only a few. Would the cities be named by their gods? Is there a godless city? Damn, B-bot. Okay, those are some huge questions. Yes, there is a godless city. That, for sure, I want to have. There's another campaign I want to run about the godless city. The one shot has to be in a city that has a god, because we can't cram too many narrative things into a one shot. That's what I got into trouble with my last one shot. I shoved too much shit in there. But yes, there is a godless city, and that I want to run as an entire separate campaign. If there are many cities flying around or only a few, what I kind of think is, I'm going to write this down. So there is a godless city saved for separate campaign. There are a few very large cities governed by very powerful gods. There are multiple smaller cities largely living with less powerful gods and mostly survived by skilled scavengers. So these guys, these smaller cities would basically, if they get to a mountain first, they would scavenge the mountain. And if they get to a mountain at the same time as a big city, they would mostly focus on stealing from the big city and just leaving. They don't want to fight. Oh, comrade, in real history, gods were treated as gods of a local land, but an atheist city can work. This is all before an omnipotent god. Yeah, that's kind of the same vibe I'm going for, comrade. Something a little bit like that. Like that an atheist city, a godless city can work. Okay. So I think we've got a good bit of foundation for, we're going to go back and we're going to flesh this out. But I think we know enough right now to start coming up with some of the rest of this stuff. So now we need literally an idea for a story, for a one shot. And I didn't want to get too carried away. This belief was held by Greeks, Egyptians, and Norse, god of local lands. Okay, yeah. I think I've read about that with like Egyptians and Norse. Although, oh yeah, I guess Greeks make sense too. Yeah, totally. Could there be a city that's on the surface and somehow protected by the toxicity of the land? Let's put that possibly a city on the surface protected from toxicity. I will keep that as an option. You never know. Are we going serious, goofy, somewhere in between? Is there a tone you had in mind? Okay. The tone is, the way I like these is I like to write them relatively serious. I like having room for silliness in there, but I like to write the campaign a little bit serious because I often invite people with amazing senses of humor to the game. And I like that kind of dynamic of having silly people who are reined in from complete shitlordery by a serious campaign, and a serious campaign that's livened up by some larger than life characters. So I usually like to go a little bit more serious with the campaign and let it be fun when we're playing shitlordery. Exactly. So let's see. The ideas for a story, these are tough. I didn't want to get too far ahead of us. I really had to stop myself from writing shit down. And so I've got some ideas. So the city's god dies, find a new one. That might be too long. I think that's too long for a one shot. I don't think we could find a new god in the span of a one shot. Oh yeah, Merlin, I saw your question. Is there more wizards or just one in a city? So I think there are more than one. I think there are multiple wizards in a city, but one of them is just head and shoulders more powerful than the rest. But to that note, check this out. I literally said a rival wizard seeks to destroy your good and benevolent god. Stop the rival in your city. Or you're being ruled by a nasty god and you seek to overthrow him, maybe with another wizard. Again, these might be too big for a one-shot. I'm not totally sure. Fun one-shot could be watching the group having to infiltrate a rival god city for their demigod child and having to figure out how to bring it back to its home city with little to no resources. Okay. I had not thought of that. Oops. Let's maybe add it to the bottom. Infiltrate rival god's city for their demigod child, limited resources. Okay, I like that idea. In terms of histories, as Romans conquered, they thought the gods were conquered. Oh, gods were easily defeated in the eyes of mortals. That's very... Well, I mean, easily. I think the gods of these cities are probably not thought of as easy to kill, but yes, still mortal. A pair of twin gods. Ooh. Oh shit. Twin gods. Like a god swap. God swap. Here's some pitches. Escape the city, find the factory. A mountain reveals an underground factory that may create more cities or maybe something awful. Stolen MacGuffin leads to finding the wizard of the city is dying. Oh. Oh man. A dying wizard. Dying wizard. That one could be fucking cool. Could there be a more powerful wizard than the top one? Absolutely there could be. Absolutely there could be. Do the wizards ever cooperate? The party could be part of their wizard's entourage on a diplomatic mission that goes awry. Oh, man. Diplomats. Okay. Like the idea of having to figure out which one's good and which one's evil for the twin gods. Oops. I guess you get to see my awful typing skills. My typing skills aren't that bad. Are we on Earth or another one? This is not Earth. This is a different planet. And unfortunately, there are some nuances I can't tell you about the world. But it's not Earth. I can tell you that much. Series of killings or disturbances are placing blame on ink users, but the cause seems to be a wizard stealing ink or the power of the gods to sustain themselves. Yes. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, last deal, that's a good one. Thank you. Thank you. The goddess Helen was thought to be one of the Mercians. So interesting. Oh, man. Slump knocks on your door, asks for a cup of sugar. Survive. Oh, man. Oh, you guys got so many fucking good ideas. Damn it. Fuck, so many cool ideas, guys. Series of killings. Okay. So one thing, these people do not have a concept of ink. The people, like, that can definitely be the truth of it, but these people do not have a concept of ink as a power. It's absolutely there, but they don't know it. So let's see. I want to see last deal. Series of killings or disturbances are placing blame on ink users, so like wizards, but the cause seems to be a wizard stealing basically the power of the gods to sustain themselves, become over god of all gods. Oh shit, Merlin Hodges, hot diggity fucking shit. Merlin, 10 more gifted subs, just going nuts, just going crazy. Merlin, thank you so much, my dude. Holy fuck. So very generous. Thank you, man. Damn, you guys have so many fucking good ideas. Okay, wait. Okay, here we go. So I really liked the dying wizard idea, but I also like this idea of, I don't know how we turn that into, so dying wizard leads to, multiple sicknesses in wizards. Turns out to be a rogue wizard trying to become the new god at the cost of all other wizards. Yeah, so the wizard is losing his power over time. So I kind of like that. Merlin. So like basically I like the idea that the party is, I love this cooperating. I'm not actually going to delete any of these other ones. I'm going to keep all these because I want to make them arcs in the, I want to make these all arcs when I run the actual campaign. So for anyone who's just showing up, I will be running a, I'll be running a separate campaign in this world. And I want all of these to be arcs in that other campaign. But I like this idea of a dying wizard, which gives us a bit of an intro to the world. And upon exploring that, they find out that there are multiple sicknesses in the city. And it turns out that the sicknesses are only in wizards, people who are, you know, like overflowing with ink or have this power of the god in them. And upon further investigation, they find that it's a rogue wizard, a rogue, you know, mini god who's trying to siphon the power of all the other wizards to become a mega god. And then what we can do, one thing that often doesn't get brought up is that I usually, oh, Debbie, if we go with the idea of the planet's core being detonated, we could have a vent of gas that was obstructed, has been laying dormant. Reasons has caused it to destabilize, and due to environmental influences, task force needs to be assembled to vent the gases without blowing what's left of the planet's core to pieces. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna write that down for the main campaign, a minor arc. I like this almost like a resource rich cave in a mountain leads deep into the planet. Find a volatile gas pocket that threatens to shatter the world if explodes. Party needs to diffuse gas gently. Okay, I like that as an idea for the main campaign, as like a, we could do that while we're while we're introducing the world. This is why I'm so hard on my throat, man. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit more calmly, and I'm not going to hurt my throat. I like that idea for the separate campaign because it's a perfect arc to introduce the concept of resources and mining and the instability of the world. So I like that. Had an idea for the atheist city before Merlin's sub bomb. Probably main campaign only though. Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah, the serpent. Let me know. And I will literally put, the main campaign's going to be big, guys. So any other arcs we can come up for the main campaign, I'll throw them in here and make them mini arcs. But as I was saying about this, basically one thing that often doesn't get brought to light with my campaigns is that there are multiple endings, because the party only ever sees one ending. And I forget to tell you guys about the other ones. So what I like here is decision at the end to ally with the new super god or kill him to restore the original god. So this I think could be cool. I think this is a good idea for a one-shot. The party, I wanted to see what are the parties. I think the party is going to be, they're not going to be nobodies. Let's think of it like this. The party are the close friends of the god of their city. And I think for that to be true, the god of the city should be a good one. And then he falls sick, or she, or they. The whatever the god is, they fall sick. And they seem to be getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And that can kind of be the intro, right? Your friend, the god of the city, is becoming weaker and weaker. And it seems to be an artificial sickness, and you've heard rumors of other sicknesses. They have to go around. They find that it's this rogue wizard who's trying to become the god of gods. And they can choose to either ally with this super god or kill him and restore their friend to his original life. So I think this is a good base for us to start writing. What about fixing the Earth core? Oh, that's a pretty good major arc. Actually, you know what? Main arc. Fix the planet core. So what I like about this main arc is this can be like we're living in a dying world and we only have so long until it goes, until we're all dead, maybe they can think, my kids are going to see the end of the world. So this will be like the main arc, is to try to fix the planet core. And then as they go, we can have more nuances and we can have a bit of a winding road, but I like that as kind of a main campaign when we get there. Rather than falling sick, having their essence drained and literally fading from the world would be more punchy when you envision it. So the more power that is drained, the more of a specter they become. Okay. Yeah, I definitely was thinking not necessarily sick. I don't want him to have a flu, right? I want him to be like a dark crystal withering away. Stealing followers from a god? Okay. Probably won't do so much the belief angle, just because this is a very kind of physical magic. This is a very tangible magic that's being drained away from them. And I haven't really necessarily built it on a belief system. I think that would work, but it's not quite the system I'm going for. But I do like the idea. Sickness is more of a withering or fading rather than actual illness, but it is reported as an illness to others, so there is the hope of recovery and does not spread mass panic. Okay, so let's do that. Oh, no problem, Debbie. No problem at all. What if the player's city is slowly falling from the sky? Okay, I like that for another one of the minor arcs. Player city falling from the sky need to not recover, not reprimand, damn it, I don't know the word. Need to fix that. These are all great arcs for the separate campaign to help flesh the system out. That could even be one of the first arcs for the main campaign. Come in with alarms blaring and the city's falling kind of thing. Restore. They need to remediate that. I got to use the big clever words to make myself feel smart. The sickness is causing the city to fall from the sky. Oh, fuck. Fuck, that's good. Okay, I'm going to put that in just because, again, if we hit too many narrative notes, it's going to overload the session, because we only have one 3 hour thing. Death of God. Perhaps illness of God is causing the city to lose height. That may or may not come into play. I think it could be the whole one shot, because they have to gather ingredients for the god to perform some sort of ritual to fix the city. Well, and this is the thing, is that the god doesn't necessarily keep it afloat. It's actual steam power. It is actual steam and mechanics that keeps the city mostly afloat. Like massive amounts of coal need to be harvested from the mountains to keep the city afloat. But it's amplified and supplemented by the magic. So it's a bit of both. So I think the idea of the wizard being sick, causing the city to lose height, it makes it a bit more serious. Like you really need to find an answer at that point, but it's not necessarily falling out of the sky. It's not its only source of propulsion. Exactly. That could explain why it's falling so slowly. That's kind of what I'm liking. I'm kind of liking that. So now how about the players? What kind of role do the players have? Now, the way we've done this with them needing to save the wizard, it kind of shoehorns them into being the god's trusted allies or warriors. Technically, they could be steam workers, as they notice that, you know, they're busting their ass, but the city's still not staying afloat. But this is tough to work them into getting an audience with the god. Steam workers would have a hard time gaining an audience and trust of the god, especially in a one-shot, right? In a campaign, we could have them earn the trust and earn their way to an audience with the god. But as for a one-shot, that would be tough to do. I tried to find ancient Russian gods, but they're trash. So interesting note, Volos is actually based on a Slavic god. Kind of. A little bit. What level one shot did you want? If they're lower level, they should probably be almost nobodies or criminals who are good at what they do. I think the best of the best could have been a contender. One of them could be a chief engineer who works with the steam workers. Okay. Maybe you have higher than steam working, like a specialist that knows the city. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that. Yes. Okay, maybe they don't. Okay, I think the god's trusted allies gives them too much background narrative that isn't going to work. So I like what you guys are doing for steam workers. Okay. Let's see. Steam workers. I like the idea that... So here's one problem. I like the idea that maybe one of them is the... Oh, Volos was a Macedonian who transferred. Interesting to know. Thank you, comrade. Scotty of the Air City Enterprise. Yeah, that's kind of... So here's the only problem, guys. You really need... a group of players that play nice with each other if you're going to give one of them a manager role over the others. Parties function best, in my very limited experience, when everyone is the same level. If you de facto give one of them the right to issue commands and be the boss, you run into some kind of issue. So I think I want them all to be at the same level. Have them roll off at the start of the campaign to see who is the manager. I know, like, I love that idea so much. Yeah, I love the idea of having one of them be like a manager, but you know what? I think it would start to introduce a bit of... It risks an ugly dynamic. And the heavy lifting becomes fully on the players to not fall into that trap. Each player is from a section of the city that keeps it running. Oh, interesting. Itchy rectum. Hello. You don't want to diminish anyone else's role. Exactly. Could be the senior staff sent by the manager. Oh, okay. Hold on. Vanguard's kind of onto something here. I like the idea that there is a lead city steam engineer, has the ear of the god, and issues commands to the X-section leads of the city's steam plants. We'll think of all the words later. The players are the leads of the different city sections. Okay. I kind of like this. Well, I know Monster of the Week doesn't really do it as much, but in D&D, charisma monikers are usually... General phase of the party is where your manager, senior staff would come in. That's true. That's true. I kind of like this. Northeast, southwest. Yeah, something like that. We can either do northeast, southwest if we have 4 players. If we have 5, we can do like northeast, southwest, or let's see, we can do, I mean, they can just be like city sections, like the lift, propulsion, heat, electricity, etc. We can do stuff like that. We can literally just divide it into where the different types of steam power go, kind of thing. Yeah. That's, yeah, leaders of different, yes, Debbie, that's kind of exactly, I think that's kind of the way we're going here. I think this is the trick. I think this is the key, guys. There is a lead city steam engineer. This is going to be the intro NPC. So that's gonna be the intro NPC. They are gonna be the one that gathers the party together and tells them that all is not well. And that's where I think that's the hook that gets the players into the story. Is we do a little hidey-ho with the players in their sections, and then we have them all get called to the lead city steam engineer's office, where he tells them about the god not doing well. And then the team are the section leads of the city. Okay, I love it. Fucking love it. Debbie. Techsmith. One of the problems of Slavic history is we actually invited Nordic Vikings to rule us, especially. Interesting. Wow, I did not know that, comrade. This is steampunkish, right? Could do bronze, steel, copper, gold. Oh, fuck. Ooh, I'm gonna write that down. Bronze, steel, copper, gold. I like that idea. We'll iron that out later. I love that. Restart the planet's core, drop a slump-sized nuke into it. I like that. I like that idea for one of maybe the solutions for the main arc of the separate campaign. I do like that idea. Okay. We now know that the players are steam workers, section leads. We know that the campaign is that it's a dying wizard who's having their ink basically drained, as well as all other wizards, by a new proto super god. And the party is going to find the super god and either ally with them or kill them and restore power to their current god. Okay. Are there ink vampires? A complicated question. Yes, but I can't go into any more detail without spoiling actual Mar for you. Look up the Varangian Guard. There were Swedish Vikings who served the emperors, traveled through medieval Russia. That is crazy, comrade. Damn, I will look that up. Damn it, don't you always hate it when you forget to fill your wizard's inkwell? God. To borrow ideas from The Core, an actual movie where they had to restart the... Oh, yeah, I remember that. I actually remember that, Yendar. Yeah, we could totally steal ideas from The Core. Wait, not steal. We're not thieves. Borrow from The Core. There we go. It was a good movie. I remember that movie. Cool. Fucking cool. Bronze equals plumbing. Steel equals structure. copper equals electricity. Gold equals culture. Products. I like that as an idea. I like that idea. It's not stealing if you cite your sources. Hey, Peter the Strange, fucking accurate. Fucking accurate. Inspired by? Yeah, inspired by. Inspired. Inspired. There we go. I like that. That's now we're well out of copyright range. We need an NPC named Stanley Steamer. Is that going to be the intro fucking NPC? Stanley Steamer? Put a question mark. I don't know. I don't know. That's leading with a pretty goofy foot, but also I kind of like it. Let's keep it as a maybe. Fang Jagger? Fang Jagger? Hello, hello. Stanley Steamer's a sex act? Oh, hey, have a good night, comrade. Thank you so much for stopping by, dude. Always a pleasure to see you, man. I love the history insights. Stanley Steamer, your inkwell cleaner. Man. No problem, comrade. Have a great night, man. Okay. Okay. Newbie here, 4 months. 4 months on Twitch at all, or 4 months in my channel? Or 4 months old. Are you 4 months old? Pretty sure this is rated M for mature. I don't know if 4-month-olds are allowed in here. You're thinking of the Cleveland Steamer? All right, now you guys are being gross. Okay. Guys? 4 months on D&D. Okay. One thing is that we're not using traditional 5e rules. We're using more Monster of the Week rules, which allows a bit more narrative freedom, and we don't have to be glued to stat blocks, and we're more about creating the story. What's this? Is that going to show up? What is this? Stanley Steamer, the Gap Dragon. Oh, that's kind of fucking cool. Okay, okay. Okay. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm all about just listening to everyone else's creativity and helping it, fuel my own kind of thing. And we're all learning together. I am by no means a veteran DM. I've only been doing this for a couple months myself. I just have a strong passion for it. Okay, guys. Now we get to come up with the god of the city. So, okay, so I'm just kind of tuning in. Can you give me a quick rundown of what we're doing? Yes, yeah. For anyone who's new, let's give it a quick rundown. All right. So here's the story of what's going on, right? You kind of get it? You take a look at that picture? All right, you're all caught up then. Now, back to where we left off. Okay, let's maybe look at that for a second more. Okay. Basically, the way this works is that there are flying cities. They've got kind of flat tops, and they're built down. And most of the people live and work below the surface of this city. The cities fly. They're kind of steam-powered cities. And there's a god, which is just a super powerful wizard, that runs each city. They protect it against the elements, as well as from other rival cities. There's another city. They got their own god, also protecting his city. The cities look for mountaintops that poke up above the cloud layer, and they try to harvest resources because the planet's surface is toxic. And during these battles between the gods, people will also kind of swing over between the cities and scavenge each other's supplies, and in order to try to stay up, stay alive, and keep their city the most powerful city. What if the gods had an item that helps them control their power? That's kind of cool. I don't know that we could work that into a one-shot. Let's put that as a note for the main story. Need an item to help channel their power. Let's keep that as an idea for the main campaign. I don't think it'll come into play for the one shot, but I like that. Cloud layer means toxic clouds. Yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking. The cloud, either the clouds are toxic or the atmosphere below the clouds is toxic. It's like the cloud layer is the barrier that everyone kind of has to stay, or a certain type of cloud. Like maybe there's types of clouds. We can come up with let's put that up. Names of types of cloud layers. The X layer is the boundary between toxic atmosphere and clean air. There are still other clouds above that layer. And I need to write that down because for the narrative camera, I tried not to think about it too much. I didn't want to get ahead of us, but I like, think of this, guys. So the idea for the start of the narrative camera is looking at a sky with maybe muddy brown gray clouds low down and a big puffy white cloud in front of us. And then you hear like the creak of 100,000 boards of wood and heavy metal plating all kind of creaking at once. And then you hear it again as it almost sounds like a boat shifting in the sea, except made of metal. And then it's silent, and then an explosion of steam, a whooshing of air, and then an enormous city bursts out from the cloud layer. And I like that idea of that's the city that they're on, this literal flying city coming bursting through a mountainous cloud. I like that as an idea. So I want the clouds to be above. I want there to be some clouds above a dangerous cloud layer so that we can have the intro with the city come poofing through a big old poofy cloud. So I want multiple clouds. Use crystals that focus ink to make more focused magic. Richer people have better crystals. Possibly, but most people can't use magic. Magic is going to be a pretty scarce ability for people to use, and often I'm kind of thinking people don't talk about their magic use because maybe they could be seen as a rival to the god, and so they try not to use their magic. They try not to be known as magic users so that they're never viewed as a threat to the god, so that they're never killed. Do people ever go down for looting or anything? Nobody loots the planet's surface. They loot mountains. They loot mountains for resources, but and the looting of other cities kind of thing, but no one goes down to this planet's surface. You can have poor scavengers that risk going to the surface to get loot that people get lost in the abyss. These scavengers are kind of like Mad Max psycho people. All right, fuck, that's kind of cool. Let's see. I don't know. I'm gonna put that in brackets because I don't know that I want to introduce survival on the surface as I really want. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I love the idea, but I want there to be this mental idea that the planet's surface is death. There's no surviving. Below that cloud level, you know, it's limited survival. And by the time you're on the surface, it's death. And there's a hidden city down there that they can find later. But I want the players to truly believe that there is no life below that cloud layer. So that they're absolutely terrified of the concept of ever sinking down below that layer. The serpent. I'm at a keyboard now, so it's easier for me to type it out. Atheist city idea. You seek to capture, destroy the gods of other cities because they need to believe the conditions below the cities are maintained by the gods to justify their further existence. Possibly even blame the gods for failing to prevent it. Kill the gods, save the planet. Useful ally. Oh wait. Kill the gods, save the planet. Could be a useful ally for destroying the super god, but dangerous if the party wants to preserve their gods or gods. Is there animals or mystical creatures? I would say probably yes. Okay. So the serpent, that is kind of one of the ideas for the main story, is a godless city. I don't have it written down, but I was thinking that city seeks... do I have underline on? I do. Godless city seeks to capture or destroy all other gods, blame them for the situation. I do like that. I like that. Who's the main villain? Okay, so the main villain is going to be this rogue wizard. Rogue wizard is the bad guy, trying to suck up all the juice from the other gods. Yeah. Let's do that. I like that. I like shooting out random scenarios to complicate text world. No, so this is perfect. If you have a cool idea, shoot it out, because I do want to flesh out the background of the world, and this helps me build. Like, look at this, man! What a crazy cool campaign for the separate campaign. That's cool. What's the name of the wizard, or is that top secret? This rogue wizard, we don't have a name for him yet. We'll come up with a name after we finish the name of the city's god. Okay, now let's focus onto the city's god. So the guy that runs the city that they're on, let's see. Should they have elements? Should they be gods of specific elements? Or should they just be super powerful? Like Volo's just omni-powerful? Or should they be sworn to a certain element? Not sworn to, but specialize in a certain element. Oh, you know what? Yeah, okay, they are going to be sworn to an element. Because now I like the idea of let's say when a city run by a fire god is showing up to a mountain, and they see another city approaching, and they don't know whether they need to fight or scavenge and run until they find out the power of the opposing city. And if it's if it's a fire one and the other city's a water one, then they know that they can't fight. The water god will overcome them. Kind of like rock, paper, scissors-y type of thing with the gods. And then, maybe if they're desperate, the fire guy would fight the water guy. But I like that little bit of a rock, paper, scissors, so that they don't always necessarily fight for winning. Sometimes they fight to... Okay, yeah. Okay, so the god of the current city, what's their power? What's their element? We got what? Like fire, water, air, electricity, earth. We could do air, heart. We could do heart. I kind of like the idea of, you know what? Actually, air. Let's do air. Yeah, let's do air. I like air. because the name of the one shot is Gods of Air and Water. Okay, air. Friendship, kindness. The god of kindness. God of friendship. Okay, I like air. Air is perfect because it fits with the title that we have. And now scale. How powerful is the god of this city? Is this one of the legendary ultimate gods of the big cities? Like, is this guy a no fuck around kind of super god himself? Or are they just an average god running an average city trying to survive? Thanos strength, more powerful than anyone. We want this to be like ultimate powerful. Okay. Maybe average to create a sense of vulnerability to the players. Well, this is actually, you know what? This is kind of cool. This hits both. Phil, think of this. This city has been untouchable. Their god has been beyond reproach. When they go to scavenge, they get it. When there's a fight, they come out as good as can be hoped. But now, their god is dying to a disease, to an illness, to an affliction that they don't understand. And now, for the first time, they have to deal with being vulnerable. Think World of Warcraft, Night Elves losing the Sunwell, or the Elves losing the Sunwell. The Night Elves losing the World Tree, or the High Elves losing the Sunwell. It's like suddenly they are vulnerable, and they're kind of ill prepared because they never thought to find themselves in this situation. So I kind of like this idea of their god being ultimate powerful, and now they have to deal with their newfound vulnerability. An old hero turned god. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna put that. Old hero turned god. I love that as a backstory. Okay. Air and ultimate powerful legendary old hero turned god. I fucking love that. Who's gonna play the one shot? Technically, I would like this to be main campaign. They have to get to a certain story beat before this one shot is ready. So this isn't going to be something that's going to happen right away, but there would be main campaign people who would basically play this. And I can't explain how that would work yet, because then I would spoil things. Vulnerability and desperation. Yeah, exactly. Unfelt vulnerability for the first time. Could this god be going senile, possibly? I'll put that as a question mark. When we start. Maybe let's put this for attitude. Senile? Maybe. That might be a bit too complicated to introduce. To have the god be senile in a way that makes sense, because usually senility, if we just have the god being kind of crazy and talking crazy, that the tragedy of senility doesn't come through. It just seems like a crazy person. And if you just kind of beat them over the head with it and say, oh, that's because he's senile, it doesn't hit with that same impact. But, you know, in a separate campaign with multiple sessions, seeing this kind of transition to senility could be more impactful. So I don't know that it works, but I don't know that it doesn't. So I'll just keep it there as possible. How many gods are you seeking? I don't know. I'm thinking across the whole planet, probably 100. Realistically, for them to interact with, maybe a dozen. For the one shot, maybe 3. Maybe 3 gods for the one shot. Maybe even just 2, basically. Not looking for many for a one shot. Don't want to inundate them with details. Just thinking because he's an old god, needs to find an heir. Gotta spread that god, baby gravy. No, itchy rectum. So I'm just trying to turn him back into the old hero. Okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. The rogue wizard will try to convince the party by saying the god has lost the spark he had as the old hero. And as a super god, he will ensure the survival of the city. That might be that. We'll see if that comes into play. That might be too much detail. People often don't sit and talk with the bad guy, but I do like that if they sit and talk for a while, then maybe that's part of it. Maybe that'll be some of the rationale. Maybe the gods have mystical creatures as their symbol. Ooh, I fucking like that. I like that a lot. Symbol. Mystical creature. I like that. Let's see. We got a couple questions here. Maybe someone is trying to turn it back. Oh yeah, okay, we got that. What powers the gods? Is it belief? No. So the serpent, essentially, these are just wizards. They're just magic. And in the lore of the Mar universe, it's ink. It's this overwhelming amount of ink and the incredible ability to weave it into weaves that are just devastatingly strong. So it's a skill and a quantity of ink that makes them so strong. So is the floating city in danger of falling because the old god is dying? Yes. Itchy rectum, absolutely. The sickness is did I not write that down? Killing for sickness, wither, or illness. Yeah, I was supposed to write that down. The illness is causing the city to slowly descend. Yeah, that is definitely part of it. Is it individual magical power and prowess? Yes, exactly. Yes, they are supremely powerful mages who have basically named themselves gods. Air god equals falcon? That's kind of cool. Wait, but we're looking more like mystical. Falcon's a real one. What's rock? Rock? Air god. Rock is pretty airish. Wizard is the one holding everything together. The wizard kind of like issues the commands for the rest of the city. Phoenix is pretty fucking cool. Rock is tough because it's just a really big bird. Phoenix is like fiery and shit. I kind of like a Phoenix idea. It's a little bit fiery, but it's also a big harpy. I like harpies are usually just a little bit associated with evil, aren't they? Griffin. I like both of those. Harpies seem a little bit evil. It's the only reason I might want to shy away from that. Wyvern, maybe? Oh, Pegasus. All good ideas. Could the main villain have a type of mind control or charisma so they have a following of thralls or slaves that they harvest ink from in order to make him god tier? I like that idea of possibly having a mental dominion. Let's keep that as a possibility when we go over the powers of the rogue wizard. Dragon technically works too. Dragon definitely technically works. Like the phoenix, it reborn and never dies. That's kind of cool. The kind of death of the planet and birth of the city kind of thing. Okay, there's a couple fucking cool ideas. Let's keep I don't want to make a decision on those yet because they're all so fucking cool. No, I can't even think of one to eliminate. Okay, so let's do the basically, if the wizard gods help power the cities, then by logic, the cities must serve a purpose for the gods themselves. Basically survival. I think the wizards cannot survive on their own. The wizard helps to support the city, but the city, is too much for the wizard to support themselves. The cities are definitely steam powered, but the wizard helps defend them. So the city gives the wizard safe haven, and the wizard, the god, protects this, keeps the city safe. Kind of similar to Arinda and what's his face, harvesting the ink to make them more powerful, or is that possible in this world? Yeah, I think that's kind of what the rogue wizard is doing. The rogue wizard, his sickness is more of a withering or fading. The rogue wizard is trying to turns out to be a rogue wizard trying to become a new god at the the rogue wizard is draining ink from the god and all other wizards on the city. I can't believe I didn't write that down. That's definitely the idea. Could there be a wizard who manages... Oh wait, holy shit, there's a lot of shit here. Yeah, kind of similar to Arinda. Yep, absolutely. Makes sense for air gods to generally be the most powerful. Absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. Could there be a wizard who manages his own tower? Like you mean like a separate tower for a separate wizard? Or do you mean like a god that runs their own city? Like a god that runs their own city with no people? That might be too much to ask. I would think adding artificers to help maintain the steam power would be boss. That'd be fucking cool. Let's write that down. I like the idea of help maintain steam power. I like that. Similar to Mortal Engines with the roaming cities. Yeah, I realized I realized I don't know if that inspired me or if we just both came up to the same idea. I think so. The original plan for this was literally just airships. Was literally just like a boat in the air. And then as I fleshed out the idea, I like the idea of that boat in the air being an actual city. So it kind of grew from that, but I think probably Mortal Engines probably inspired me. Maybe few severance or attendance, but otherwise solitary. Smaller base, perhaps more mobile, harder to pin down and locate. That's kind of a cool idea. Let's see. I don't know if the solo city, if the floating tower would ever come into play, but I do like that idea. I like that flavor for the world. And for the other separate campaign, I like that a lot. Let's see. Oh, maybe that could be the rogue? Oh, fuck me. Oh, shit. Solo wizard that uses steam power. Oh, fuck. Okay, now we gotta start. Let's start, okay. You guys are coming up with some pretty fucking cool ideas for this rogue wizard. Live solo on a floating tower with a small base. has attached itself to the main city, attempting to drain the city's god and become super god. Has steam power automatons, largely a necromancer. Okay, that's a fucking cool idea. I think that's the rogue wizard. I think maybe there can be a rogue wizard is not on any registry, not a part of the city when investigated. I don't know how we're gonna do that, but I like that idea that like they don't come from the city, and they can find at some point the rogue wizard's fucking tower like attached to the bottom of the city. Well, so the thing is this person, this rogue, they're definitely the bad guy. Like they're killing the city. The bad guy. Definitely the bad guy. What about a wizard whose power is connected to the planet? Oh shit. Okay, wait. Okay, hold on. I think that works for the wizard has power connected to the planet. Let's use that for the city that's on the surface. Probably won't come into play in the one shot, but I'm sold on the idea of there being one city on the surface protected by a wizard that is like their power is drawn from the world. I like that. Like the anti-tower in Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know what that is, unfortunately. I'm not super cool. I didn't play enough Final Fantasy XIV. Okay, so I kind of like this. So the rogue wizard is a necromancer, and they kind of stealthily attach themselves to the city and are draining the god's power. Combine magic with machine is siphon. Oh, okay. Uses the steam machines to assist in power. The siphons need to be destroyed to make the rogue wizard vulnerable. Okay, now we have a mechanic. Now we have a mechanic on how the party is supposed to deal with the rogue wizard. Going to be too strong to fight straight out. Like this is where we get the Mar thing. This rogue wizard has done this a couple times and has like pulled cities out of the sky and has sucked up the juice of the gods. And now they are unstoppably strong when they have their mechanical siphons going. And they need to destroy the siphons to make the rogue wizard vulnerable. I love that as a mechanic. Whoa. Nightbot giving the serpent a slap on the hands. 17 messages. That's a lot. Got the mechanic. How could the party completely ruin that mechanic? What were you posting, Serpent? Sounds like a WoW raid. I'm not gonna lie. Astral Diamond. That's an inspiration to a lot of the stuff I do. Is my MMO raiding days. Okay, it's safe. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. All right. Let's go back to the god a little bit. Attitude. What do we want the attitude? I'm kind of thinking that the god sounds a bit friendly, because we need the party to want to help the god. So I like them being friendly. Are they like what's not impending? What's that word when somebody's like intimidating? Not impending. Noble, like a grandfather. Yeah. I kind of like that. Kind man, but has problems. Imposing. That's the word. Imposing. Did you ever read any Jimmy Butcher? No, I don't think so. Likes to use people. Interesting. Uses people as necessary. I think this is like a very much a person who knows what it takes to make a city run. It's never totally clean. It's never happy-go-lucky for everybody. Some people have to do the kind of like Dumbledore. Honestly, that's kind of the direction we're going a little bit. See this anti-tower. Let's see now. Can I do... All right, I'm going to need to add a window capture. And that'll be this one. Add existing. No, that's not it. That's not it. There we go. Yeah. Totally. Yes, exactly. Yeah, that's totally what I'm looking at. What I'm kind of thinking. Yeah, something like that. No, not quite so elaborate, but that's definitely the right kind of idea. Jim Butcher has a really good fantasy series called the Codex Alera. You might like that. It's all about teaming up with elements and stuff. Fuck, that sounds good. Right now, I'm super hooked on Wheel of Time, and I'm trying to not let Wheel of Time, write the stories for me. Okay, so yes, friendly, noble, imposing, and uses people as necessary. I don't think senile totally works. I like it as an idea, but I don't think it works for a one-shot. I think senility works as a progression in a main campaign, but I think as a one-shot, doesn't totally work. No problem, Serpent. Okay, so I like this. Are you related to Milton? Yes, I'm his brother, actually. I am his older brother. 3 years older, although significantly less explosive energy. You can tell. Yeah, we're a lot more alike when we're together, but when we're apart, I tend to be a little bit of a lower speed, lower temperature. You both say interesting the same way? Who knew? I never know. People used to say that we sounded the same, but I strongly disagree with that. I've got a very weird... We both have weird voices, but mine is real weird. Older brother, much smaller hands. Unfortunately true. Not much smaller. We both have weirdly small hands. He just doesn't talk about his small hands all that much. Does the god have a bloodline? I'm kind of thinking no. I'm kind of thinking the god has no natural born heirs. Let's maybe write that down. No hereditary claim to godhood following their demise. Okay. Kind of do sound the same. He's just much louder. Yeah. So here's the thing. I was actually talking to Kaylee, my wife, about this. Milton and I, maybe 15 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, we were the same volume, which is to say, extremely loud. Extremely loud. But I met Kaylee, my wife, when I was 18. We dated in high school. And Kaylee is a quiet lady. Kaylee's a quiet lady. She likes the calm and the quiet. And you know what? It turns out I like that too. But because I married a quiet lady, I, over the period of a decade or so, have become significantly quieter. I just can't yell and scream like Milton does. I don't know how Aaron deals with it. But yeah, so I'm much quieter. I have the same kind of ridiculous sense of humor, but I'm generally speaking a quieter person because I married a quieter lady. I got together with a quieter lady 15 years ago.
Thank you, dear.
No problem.
Could you quiet it down a little bit?
I can try to quiet it down. I did hurt my throat earlier.
Oh.
Sounds like most gods start out as upstarts or usurpers. Yes, culpabilis, 100%. That is exactly accurate. Since he is god of air in your world, did he create the air Gensai? Ooh. I kind of like that as flavor. I don't think that would come into play, but I kind of fucking love that idea. Aaron's never home for all his crazy screaming. That's true. Your laughs are very similar too. Yes. Yeah, we can laugh in a pretty similar way too. Man, I love my brother very much. I love Milton very much. I could never have asked for a better brother. We keep each other very happy. We got each other's backs 100% of the time. And when we visit together, it's the most fun I ever have. So yeah, no, I love my brother Milton. Let's see. But yes, the gods definitely come from usurping other gods. Could the villain be somehow pulling down the floating cities, thus taxing the gods? Oh, fuck. Shit, that's good. Slowly pulls the city closer to the dangerous cloud boundary to tax the gods and make them more vulnerable to siphoning. I fucking love that idea. How would he be doing a gravity magic? I mean, luckily, because this isn't D&D 5e, we can be a little bit loose. He just is. He's pulling it down. It's just a weave. He weaves. Oh, it could be maybe. That's tough. We could think of a couple cool ideas. Attached to the bottom of the island. Could be something to do with his tower. Yeah, let's write that down. Something to do with his tower being at the bottom of the city, dragging it down. Yeah. Yep, I love that. Love that. Okay. Now, yeah. Okay, now we're not gonna come up with a name. We're not. We're gonna be here for 7 hours coming up with a name. Throw some names at me for the god. We're not gonna settle on one straight up. We'd be here all fucking night. Part of the siphon, add mass using the tower as a focus. Oh, fuck. Okay. Add mass to the tower, causing it to be heavier. Merlin? Vord, Krull. All right. Todd. Oh, Kiki for the villains. Merlin. Verith. Damn, you guys coming up with some fucking good names. Fixius. Damn, these are good. Some fucking good names. Kiki Chanel for the villain. Oh, nameless? Oh, fuck. Let's keep that as an option. Haltrix? Haltrix? Lyric. That's a good noble name. Lyric? Kevin? Kevin might need to be oh man, Kevin might need to be like a little automaton chicken. Larry. Merlin coming in with a bunch of regular names. Some who call him Tim. Fuck. That might be Rogue Wizard. Tim? Kiki Chanel? Oh my god, there's so many. Hank? Zarthan? Danny? Ooh. Doesn't remember his name? Fuck, that's kind of cool. This is for the god. No one. Oh, fuck. Oh, there's this song. There's this movie. Exabiche? Okay. This, I listened to a song. I listened to a lot of like, world music. And, sometimes they take clips from philosophically interesting sound bites. And, there's this one from an old Johnny Depp movie, where this First Nations person is saying their name. Johnny Depp says, "What's your name?" And the guy says, "No one." And then he asks him again. He says, "What's your name?" And he says, "It's Exabiche, he who speaks loud and says nothing." Kirby the hero. Despacito. I'm not doing Despacito. Kieran? That's kind of cool. Icarus? I mean, these are all good options. Para? Okay, we've got enough names for the good guy. We got enough names for me to, I'm gonna, like, literally my Saturday is gonna be looking at these names trying to pick the best one. So how about the bad guy? What do we want for a bad guy? Kiki Chanel? Maybe that's pretty silly, but maybe. Tim? Maybe, also pretty silly. Maybe Exambiche for him. You guys really want Kiki? Kiki for the Milton? Jareth. Why does Jareth sound menacing? It does. Phobator. Interesting. Despacito for the villain? Still pretty silly. Dorian. Damn, Dorian's a good one. Dorian. Another one of those names that just like sounds menacing. Zaltos. Solon. Damn, you guys, look at these fucking cool ass names you guys are coming up with. Fuck me. Indra. Damn it. These are good fucking names. Okay. Holy shit. Okay. No more names. I'm gonna be stuck all day trying to name these guys from the cool ass names you guys gave me. Jareth is the Goblin King in the Labyrinth. Fuck, that's cool. Okay. We got names. Okay, guys. We have got the city's god. Their name, to be determined. They are a legendary, ultimate powerful air god, who at one point was an old hero that turned to god. Their symbol is a mystical creature, which is one of these. They're friendly but noble and imposing, and not shy to manipulate people and use them as is necessary. They have no natural born heirs, and there's no hereditary claim to godhood following their demise. Now, how about, so the size of the city's going to be huge. City's going to be massive. And I'll throw some details in there later. Okay. I think we have some details to start writing the, I know the city's name. I know we got to come up with a city name. It's another tough one. The names are going to be so tough to land on one. Cities are held up primarily by steam, but assisted by magic. A little bit of both. Mostly steam, a little bit of magic to help stretch out the supplies, help keep them moving quickly, but mostly steam, yes. City's name. We'll come back to that. Fuck. We need the name of the city. Okay, guys. What the hell is the name of the city? This is gonna be fucking tough. Steam ooh. Ooh. Jim? No. We're not naming the city ooh. Silthray. That's cool. Zephyron. Oh shit. Hold on. Zephyron is pretty good because this is an air god and Zephyr is whatever, like air magic. Ooh. Oh, damn it. Bacon dono. That's fucking good. We're not going to do that. I think I like Zephyron. I'm going to call it there. I love Zephyron. That is the perfect name for a city run by a legendary air god. Zephyron is fucking perfect. I can see the city's massive steam engine like the core in mainframe and reboot, spherical, nestled in the hub of the city's infrastructure. Yes. Why not do the cities like Copper District, Steel District? Yeah, I think that's probably what we'll end up doing. Ooh. Damn it, you guys. Maybe that'll be the Rogue Wizard's Tower is the Tower of Uwa'u. There you go, guys. Uwa'u is the Tower of Uwa'u. There you go. We got a fucking meme in there for you guys. Steam place, yeah, right. There we go. The fucking tower is the Tower of Uwa'u, and the city is Zephyron. Okay. So now, let's see. Where do we want to start? So we've kind of got the background notes now. We've got all the background notes. We've got a good idea of what the city, of what the world is. Is there any powerful item? Maybe I like the idea of a powerful item, but I don't know that we can give it importance in the time that we have is the only problem. It's my only hesitance is that I don't know that we can give it importance. I don't know that we can show an item and give it importance in the time that we have in a 3-hour session. You kind of want to use the name Uwa'u in your own game? Yeah. Remember the god Sugoi Kawaii? Wow. Wow, you guys. The MacGuffin? You guys. So where did that MacGuffin come from? I saw it a couple times when I was looking up, oh, hey guys. I got something special for you guys. I'm gonna announce this now about a campaign that I'm gonna be running. But the thing is there's no time frame on it yet. I am going to be running a one-on-one campaign with Kaylee, with my wife. I'm going to DM a campaign for her. And we're gonna it's gonna be when the Saturday campaign ends, because we're coming near the end. I'm going to start a one-on-one campaign, me as the DM, Kaylee as the player, and it's going to take the place for the Saturday ones, and it's going to be called Date Night and Dragons. And I'm so fucking excited. I'm gonna see if I can't get a webcam, because we're gonna roll with some real ass dice. We're gonna run Ice Spire Peak, which is an actual D&D 5e new campaign coming out with the Essentials kit. And we're gonna do Dungeons and Dinner. Sounds almost sexual. That's why we decided to leave the dungeons part out, because it's just gonna be a date night. And this way we can call it DN and D. Date night and dinner. And so that's coming down the pipe, guys, and it's so I am so excited. It's gonna be so much fun. DN and D. Date night and dinner. Date night and dinner. You play through Ice Spire Keep? Yeah, that's what I plan to do. And I'm so fucking excited, guys. I'm so fucking excited for Date Night and Dragons. It's gonna be so fun, and I'm gonna get I'm buying the Essentials kit, which comes out on September 3rd, and I'm gonna have a DM screen. We're gonna have some dice. We're gonna have a map. We're gonna have all sorts of shit, and I'm gonna try to get a webcam so you can actually see us roll fucking dice, and it's gonna be real live action D&D with me and my wife, and it's gonna be just the most comfy stream in the entire fucking world, and I'm so excited. So I am very excited. It's gonna be so much fucking fun. It's gonna be so fun, guys. Yes, comfy AF, man. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, so anyways, that's coming down the pipeline when we finish the Saturday campaign, whenever that is. I will be moving to DN and D. But yeah, back to this. Okay. Let's fix the tower pick. Oh, okay, thank you. Okay. So now I'm just gonna kind of write this out. This part I'm just gonna write out a bit, guys. So the recap is usually a recap, but because there's no recap, we're just doing a bit of world building. So it's rough, and I'm a little bit nervous to start writing this down because you're gonna think I'm a giant loser, but I'm just gonna start writing it down. What's the names of the characters? I'm not sure yet. Haven't decided that, but I'm just gonna start writing down the world details as I would explain them to the players. Please be kind. Please be kind. It's gonna be rough and nerdy to start with. I put the polish on later. But you are a giant loser. That's true. You're allowed to think I'm a loser. You're just not allowed to be mean about it. Mean-spirited. Trolling is okay. Okay. Let's see. Oops. No. Bold. Let's see now. Not narrative camera yet. Not narrative. Narrative camera is going to come in a little bit. We actually need to know a little bit about where we're at. This is just world building. Narrative camera is going to be something a little bit special. No problem. All right. So you live in the enormous flying city of Zephyron. This city is largely a multiple mile wide flat surface with the actual city built as a tapering cone beneath the flat surface. It houses thousands of people and stays afloat using vast amounts of steam power. There are enormous oars pushing air currents sticking out the sides of the city, and gigantic sails catching the wind on top of the flat surface. There are massive visible pipes sticking out of the rear of the city. Gushing vast volumes of steam to propel the city itself, as well as a number of large propellers giving the city speed. And rudders, I don't know how to spell that, giving the city direction. On the top of the city is a tall spire where the god of your city resides. They are not actually a divine being, but an immensely powerful wizard, so strong that they are like unto a god and are revered as, and are nearly revered as such. Yours is not the only city in the sky. There are other cities, although most are smaller in size compared to Zephyron. But each have a god of their own, and none are friendly to any other city. The planet's surface was largely destroyed and made toxic by a war between species other than humans. Fortunately, the war between these species caused the surface to become uninhabitable, and humans were forced to take to the skies. Now they live in perpetual flight. Small airships gradually being improved upon to support more and more people, flying from mountaintop to mountaintop to harvest the natural resources found within, such as metals like copper and gold, as well as coal for the steam. Have a good night, Culpabilis. Okay, so we don't want the recap to be too long. Let's see. Live in the enormous flying city of Zephyron. The city is largely multiple mile wide, flat surface, with the actual city built as a tapering cone beneath the flat surface. Houses thousands of people and stays afloat, using vast amounts of steam power. Enormous oars pushing air currents. They're enormous oars sticking out of the sides of the city, pushing air currents, and gigantic sails catching the wind on top of the flat surface. I'll clean that up later. Massive pipes sticking out of the rear of the city, gushing vast volumes of steam to propel the city itself, as well as a number of large propellers giving the city speed, and rudders giving the city direction. On top of the city is a tall spire where the god of your city resides. They're not actually a divine being, but an immensely powerful wizard, so strong they are like unto a god and are nearly revered as such. Yours is not the only city in the sky. Other cities, although most are smaller in size compared to Zephyron, but each have their god of their own, and none are friendly to any other city. The planet's surface was largely destroyed and made toxic by a war between species other than humans. Unfortunately, the war between these species caused the surface to become uninhabitable, and humans were forced to take to the skies. Now they live in perpetual flight, small airships gradually being improved upon to support more and more people, flying from mountaintop to harvest the natural resources found within, such as metals like copper, gold, as well as coal for steam. When opposing cities meet, there is a war between the gods for the rights to resources, as well as the attempts to scavenge supplies from the other cities. The large-scale combat generally goes on between the gods, and the scavenging takes place by the common folk, performing death-defying pirate swinging between the cities. I don't know. I'll clean it up later. Is informal battle or just all-out war? Probably more just like all-out war. I'm imagining a sort of constant updraft around the city as the inhabitants kind of swim around the air because of it. That's kind of cool. Swashbuckling? Pirate swinging? Swashbuckling? Kind of. I'll clean that up a little later. But I think this kind of hits the main points, right? I think this is a couple small notes. You live in an enormous city, flying city. A little bit of description of it. Little bit of the description of what it looks like when it flies. Introduction to the god of the city. Tells them that there's other cities. Tells them why they're flying. And tells them that the other cities are dangerous. I think this is good for a base recap. Okay. So now let's do a bit of session notes. Let's actually start writing down kind of where the So this is kind of steampunky. Why don't they use cranes and other... Oh, shit. Yes. Fucking good. Are the common folk using... kind of what would... Not ragtag, not ragamuffin, but like rough and tumble, maybe rough and tumble, makeshift cranes, ramshackle. Yes, thank you, ramshackle. That's the word. Ramshackle makeshift cranes and metal booms to salt the other cities. Yes, perfect. Perfect. Okay, session notes. This is a very iterative process with the session notes. I like doing intro scenes, but I find that the sessions, I hate having to rush the end of sessions. I hate that. Like last time, guys, there was supposed to be discussion. They were supposed to talk to or interact with Perun. He was supposed to talk to them, and he was supposed to give them his grand plan about saving people and the new religion that he was creating. He was supposed to be unkillable until made angry, and the orb on the top of his staff was supposed to be a red herring, completely useless. But unfortunately, we ran out of time, and so I had to kind of fudge it. And I hate that because I had a really cool encounter set up. So I'm gonna not do intro scenes for this one shot because they use up, while they're cool for world building, they use up too much time that I'd rather use working on or like enjoying and experiencing and fleshing out the end of the story. When everyone knows their characters and everyone's meshing, that's when I want to hit it hard. So I think I'm gonna skip the intros. Also, I think we need different music. Let's do this. Let's turn that up a bit. Okay, there we go. Does anyone fall out of the city, or is it protected? Oh shit. I guess some people would fall. I think it kind of depends on the situation. I think some people could definitely fall off the city. Some people would be protected, but oh god, that's loud. Oh god, that's loud. Okay, that's better. That's better. Nope, that's loud again. Is it loud? How's that volume, guys? Can you guys still hear me okay? Or is the music a bit loud? It's good? Okay. Just let me know. If it gets too loud, just let me know. I can turn it down. Okay, session notes. So let's lower 10%. I can lower just a smidge. Right, there we go. Just a smidge, just a touch. So no intro sessions. So I guess I'll start with saying like let's assume 4 players. That's how many we have in our main campaign, right? We have 4 players, and this is being essentially built for the main campaign. So 4 players. Nope, this needs to be black text. Player 1. This is bold. I don't want bold. Player 1. You are the lead. What did I call them? They are section leads. You are the lead engineer for... Let's see, what did we have? We had bronze, steel, copper, gold. Bronze. There too. You are the lead engineer for steel, layer 3. You are the lead engineer for copper. Layer 4. You are, oh god, the lead engineer for gold. Milton's name should be named one. I don't know what the names are. Oh, inspector. I want them to be a bit more hands-on than just inspector. I like these guys. Inspector's kind of good, isn't it? Inspector's kind of good. Like the guy who has to go around checking it and making sure it's good. Because engineer like designs it, right? And then they have nothing to do with it. Maybe inspector. Let's see. So let's see. We were doing copper was, or no, sorry, bronze was for plumbing and piping. Are responsible for plumbing and piping used in the city. Steel was infrastructure. Responsible for the infrastructure of the city. Copper. You are responsible for the electrical infrastructure of the city. Gold. Gold's a bit tough. What do we say? Operational engineer? Okay. Let's call it operational engineer. Right, we're gonna land on that because that sounds like important, but also hands-on. What did we say for gold? Gold was agriculture and economics. Okay, maybe just economics. Like pressing into coins for the economics of the city. Does that make sense? Is that cool enough? Is that a logistical? Is that it, like if you were the lead operational engineer? Yeah, minting of currency. Is that cool enough? I think that's probably cool enough, right? Tech. Yes. Okay. Yes. Tech. Tech is perfect. Circuit boards and shit. We're gonna kind of, let's maybe not, because I'm not a fucking master of this shit, so let's keep it there. I think minting of currency and tech, circuit board conductors and such like that. The delicate work. Okay. So this is kind of, I don't even know that I'll say this in the session itself. This will just kind of be like, maybe I give this to them when they're building their character. I tell them that this is their job. So let's have this, it's the head smart guy. Exactly. Okay. So let's see. I think let's have them start in the meeting room with Stanley Steamer. God, I don't know if I like that name. Stanley Steamer. Maybe just Stan. Let's just call it Stan. And then if they ask, we can say it's Stanley Steamer. It'll be an inside joke. His name's going to be Stan. And then if they ask, we can tell them that it's Stanley Steamer. Okay. You are in the office of the Stan Leahy. You're in the office of the city lead steam engineer, Stan. Description of room. Description of Stan. I'll just put those in. I'll fill those in later. Let's see. He brings up the fact that while Steam production is at an all-time high, there has been a slight decrease in the city's height. So now here's the thing. Stan is a man with a plan. Exactly. So this is the difference that I notice. Everyone's always kind of surprised that I do. I write some actual dialogue. This gives me a bit of an idea of what I want to say. So it might not be what I actually end up saying, but it gives me a jumping off point. Because I don't want him to just say, you guys are doing a good job with your steam. The city is also falling out of the sky, right? I want to have it be an interaction. I want to start to get the characters involved with the world. So let's have him say something. Player one. No. Maybe we should call these guys like together you are the Steam Council of Zephyron. Let's call them the Steam Council for now. We'll see if we want to change that some other time. Greetings, council members. I'm glad you could come on such short notice. I am sorry, we are having issues with the flotation tanks. I need you to figure it out on the double. Exactly. I'm sorry my message couldn't be more clear, but I didn't want to risk panic. Let's maybe add something here. You have all individually received a letter from Stan, the city lead steam engineer. It was cryptic, but it indicated it needed a meeting of the Steam Council immediately, and that details would be provided in the meeting. Hey, Synergetic. How you doing? So this way, right? I'm gonna clean this up. We need a personality for Stan. So I don't know that he would say greetings, council members. But if he's basically like, hey guys, I'm glad you could come on short notice. Sorry I couldn't be more clear in my message, but I didn't want to risk panic. But I thank you for responding with such haste. Oh, I'm doing good, Synergetic. I'm doing great. Having some fun putting together a session. You guys can see, like now you see when I say that it takes me 10 plus hours to write a session, you can see we've been going for 2.25 hours, and I am just starting the session notes now. So you're starting to get an idea for how much work I put into these sessions. I haven't chosen any music. I haven't started color coding my notes. I haven't given it the second, third, and fourth passover for polish. I don't even have a narrative camera yet. It's a lot of work. Should be sound middle management-y. Yes. Yes. I'm going to put that as a note. Middle management-y. Let's see. Let's see. I think we might need some different music. I don't think we can just listen to this on loop forever. I'm gonna go fucking crazy. Let's see. I need some royalty-free music instrumental. Royalty-free. What's this? It's a little weird. It's a little weird. I don't know. That's a little weird, guys. It's royalty free, but what's some other good royalty free? That's fine. I know, right? Is this a Hallmark movie? Check this out. I'll show you what I'm looking at. There. See, it is a Hallmark. It is a Hallmark music. It's kind of a cute kitty cat, though. It's a cute kitty cat. Woo! Cute kitty cat. So, that's what we got going on. I just need some music. I need some music. Let's see now. Middle management-y. Okay, good. So here, I like him saying, you know, perfect music for developing a post-apocalyptic campaign wherein everything you know and love is dying. Exactly. Oh, shit! Holy fuck! Merlin Hodges! Holy fucking shit! 5,000 biddies. Merlin, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. That's a hell of a lot of biddies. Uncontested leader of the fucking biddy board. Thank you so much. Love the Merlin soundtrack. I know. I actually legitimately wanted to play the fucking Merlin soundtrack, but it's super copyrighted, and then they take my video down, so I couldn't do it. Okay. Ew. I can't even hear myself. What does this sound like? Hello? Ooh. Ew. Ew. This music is perfect though, right? This music is just so perfect.
Yes. This is the end of all things. As it always was meant to be. Death and destruction. The beginning of the end. And then there was only Volos. All was Volos.
All right, it's just gonna chill us out. We're just gonna get chilled out by the music. Okay. Okay. So here's. I like to do this. Oh! Now I'm feeling feelings. Feelings. Oh! Whoa! Holy shit! Whoa! 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 Oh! Oh! My heart! Oh! Damn! Merlin! Whoo! Oh! Gave my heart a jump start there, man. Damn. With 11,000 more fucking biddies. Damn, Merlin Hodges, 16,000 bitties. Guys, if you're here, if you're anywhere around, throw in some tacta nukes. I'm gonna spam some myself. For Merlin frickin' Hodges. Damn. Merlin, thank you so much. Damn. So fucking generous. Holy fuck. Oh, I need this calming music to help me stay calm with all these biddies. Ooh, thank you guys. Thank you for spamming them tactical nukes. Those nukes. Whew. Okay, so the reason that I write it like this, so I'm glad you could come on such short notice. I'm sorry my message couldn't be more clear, but I didn't want to risk panic. But I'm glad, I thank you for responding with such haste. Because what this does is this gives the players an opportunity to say, to be like, yeah, what the hell, I was in the middle of a something or other, or say, oh, it's no problem, you know, whenever you need, you know, I would never, you know, refuse the summons of the city lead engineer, or however, like what this gives the players an opportunity to respond with their persona, with their character. And so if they're like, yeah, no problem, then I can say, oh my God, Structure, Trade, Economics, Assessment Ministry. Fuck, that's good. I'm gonna write that down. Structure, Trade, Economics, Assessment Ministry. I like that. I like that. That's good. But yeah, so this, I know why he called them there. Stan has called the meeting because he noticed the city slowly descending. He wants to know if any of the Steam Council also noticed this. He has been in contact with God. We'll come up with his name later. Has been in contact with God and noticed that they didn't seem well. They seemed weakened. And this may account for the dissension. That's not how you spell that word. Dissension. That's probably good enough. I know, Merlin. I want to play Stanley Parable this weekend. I showed Kaylee it. Kaylee was immediately intrigued, so I think I'm probably going to do a playthrough of Stanley Parable this weekend with Kaylee. Like, we'll just kind of sit next to each other and play through it because it seems like it's really cool, really fun. Okay. The game is so meta and brain breaking. I know, but that's why I want to play it so badly. Okay. So now here's the question. What is the reason that they would go talk to the god? Would they go talk to the god? Or should this literally just be, should Stan be telling the party, you need to investigate So essentially, here's the options. God tells the party that this is okay, the music is a little bit loud. Okay, there we go. That's a bit better. God tells the party that this is no normal sickness. He can tell that his essence is being drained. Needs the party to investigate how. Now, this is a stretch. How do they get here? Okay. Itchy Rectum and Merlin, I think you both just came up with a simultaneous, like both of those ideas are linked to each other. Okay. I like this. Then, notice something. Note the city's flight is both magic and steam, and they're doing good structurally. Other possibilities got... Okay. I like this. Okay. He wants to know if the Steam Council noticed that the city is descending. Okay, let's do this then. Stan thinks that it might be sabotage. The party needs to go investigate any potential sabotage. And then let's do this. While investigating, they find multiple workers aren't showing up for work. They claim to be sick and stopped showing up a few days ago. These will be magic users who have been pretending to be normal. Bacon dono. Neat idea. Don't think ink works like that. Yeah, I mean that kind of Merlin, that's kind of how what's going on. Okay. They can bring they will find 0 structural failings, and the reduction in manpower has had no effect on operations. There is no logical reason for the city to be descending due to steam power. Stan will remind them that the city's flight is majority steam powered, but also partially magical by God. If structure can't explain the descending, then it must be that God is failing on the magical part. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Merlin, is that the rogue wizard is making the god and those other people sick. Like that's going to be the tie-in. Yeah, kind of reminds me of Full Metal Alchemist a little bit, which is cool because I love Full Metal Alchemist. Okay. Stan suggests that the party visit God to see if there are issues on his end. Siphoning the workers' ink. That's kind of exactly what I'm thinking. Literally just sucking up their ink. and making his like sabotage tower heavier in the process. Okay. When they get an audience with God, no, let's do this. Well, essentially, I'm kind of thinking that it's tough to see God. You can't just walk in. You have to. I'm kind of thinking it's an opportunity for roleplay to convince the guards to let them in. But I don't want to. Let's do it. The guards will not want to let the Steam Council in. They need to RP roll their way past the guards. Let's do that. Let's give an opportunity for some interaction. Magic is what processes the steam. I'm thinking the steam is really like, it's literally like physical steam. It's just straight up steampunk, but the magic helps give it a bit of a lift. And the magic is like literally, as an air god, it's just strong air currents keeping the city afloat a little bit more. What if God is like Dumbledore and he would love for people to talk to him? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. I like this. I think Merlin and Lastiel, you have the perfect thing. The guards will not want to let the Steam Council, and they need to RP roll past their way past the guards. When they get an audience with God, he is happy to see them and chat. Yeah, they would need some good proof. Well, okay, but this is I kind of like to fudge it a little bit. I like to fudge it That's yeah, like I think the guards want to not let people in because they don't want to see the god. All right, we're gonna have to come up with a name. I don't like calling him God. But I think this is a good opportunity for a straw poll, guys. Let's see. Name of God. Let's go over some options. I'm gonna pull some names from the list we got. How many options can we have? Are we only allowed to have 3 options on a poll? I can have more. How do I add more? Create a poll. Okay, I see. It just pops up more. Okay, good. So let's just start fucking grabbing names. We want... Okay, name of God. Ward. Krull. Oh, shit. I hit enter. Ward. Krull. Todd. Merlin. Verith. Kirby. Fixius. As much as Nameless is cool, I don't think that's gonna... I don't think that would work. Haltrix. Larry. Hank. Zarthan. Icarus. Okay. It's fucking 12 options. Let's just keep it like that. Okay, let's try this. All right. Head there, vote on some result, vote on the things. Let me know if that works. And then I think I can even do this. Does that work? Yeah, it does. Hot damn. It's working. Voted for Merlin. Looks like Merlin is winning. In the name of the god. Ooh. Merlin's eating up that pie slice. Is there a time limit that I can run on these? Okay, I'll just have that run in the background while I kind of keep going. I'll come back to that in a few minutes. So let's do... They get an audience with God. Seems happy to see them in chat, but is visibly weak. Slumped in chair. Ha. Thin. Think. What was the name of the king in Lord of the Rings? The guy that had worm tongue talking to him? King something or other. Lethargic. Yeah, lethargic's good. What the hell was the name of the king in Lord of the Rings? Pretty sure Merlin's gonna win. I'm pretty sure Merlin is gonna win. Merlin's got them votes. Think king from Lord of the Rings with worm tongue. Okay. God tells them that this is no normal illness. If at least Merlin won when chocolate soup did not, there you go. If Yeah, I think Merlin wins. I think Merlin wins. It's a big old pie slice. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, Merlin's the winner. Merlin is the name of the ultimate power air god. Theoden, that's the one. That's his name. Think King Theoden from Lord of the Rings. Revenge for Chocolate? Yes, exactly. So now the way I do it is I always bold, underline, and write names in red because it helps me keep track of when I need to be paying attention to a specific person. Helps me kind of keep track of the people involved in any conversation. Okay. This is no normal illness. If anyone asks, it's just a flu, but the truth is that he is losing his power. Somehow something is draining his magic from him. Merlin is dying. That's gonna be the main plot hook, is that Merlin is dying. It's okay. We'll save him. We'll save him. Tells the party that they must find what is causing the draining of his power. The city has become too large to support purely by steam power, and if he isn't restored, the city will fall below the bad cloud layer. First time here. What's going on in the story? Oh wow, pagan uniform. This is a very weird one to show up on. What we're doing right now is we're just writing a one shot. Half the group wasn't available tonight, and rather than running a one shot, because we've already run a couple one shots, I thought it would be super cool to write one with chat, and this helps chat kind of see what my process is when I go about writing these sessions. The story so far is that basically it is a steampunk world. I think we can bring up paint again. Hey, here we go. This is the story, perfectly intelligible. The story is that basically it's a steampunk world with these floating cities where the city is kind of built below. So this is kind of the surface of the city. And the city is built below. Then you have these big old oars pushing air to help give it propulsion. You've got like propellers back here giving it propulsion. You got a big old steam engine to power everything. But the thing too is that you have this spire in the center of every city, and the spire has a wizard inside of it. And the wizard is so strong that they're technically considered a god. Everyone calls them a god. They're revered as a god, and they protect the city with these, they like magically protect the city and help keep it afloat. And they fly around in the sky looking for mountains, and they harvest the mountains for resources. The planet's surface is too toxic to survive, And so the cities need to gather coal and metal from the mountains. And there are multiple flying cities, and they don't get along. So whenever cities find each other, the gods usually end up fighting. And the people that live in the cities end up assaulting each other's cities and stealing whatever supplies they can get. And the idea for this campaign is that the party work as steam engineers, and their city is falling, despite the steam being perfect. Steam infrastructure is flawless, and yet the city is falling. And it's because the god, Merlin, of their city, Zephyron, is sick. But not, unbidden lost? We're just kind of going over the general idea of the story. So the god of the city is taken ill and is no longer able to maintain the city's height, the flying city's height. And if they don't find out what's causing Merlin to wither, the city will fall to the surface of the planet and everybody will die. So the party needs to go and investigate what's causing Merlin to lose his power. And it's going to be that there's a rogue wizard, a rogue god, who works completely solo in a single flying tower, who has, hey, Milton, 19 months from my little itty bitty baby brother. And so there's a rogue god trying to absorb the power of, this rogue wizard trying to absorb the power of Merlin. And, the party is going to need to deal with the rogue wizard trying to kill Merlin. It's my little baby brother. Ew, hello, Milton. Hello, Milton. Ew. So cute little baby brother. Ew. So yeah, we're just kind of hanging out and writing the session. Basically we just got to the part where been DMing for about 5 years. Damn, pagan uniform. I've been DMing for about 5 months. So I am super new. I love the creating. I love the world building. And I love DMing, although I definitely have a lot to work on. I have a lot to learn for DMing. It is a very challenging thing to do. And that's true. So the city that the players live on is the city of Zephyron. It is an enormous flying city. Their god is named Merlin, who is a legendary god of air. Each god has a different element, and the element of Zephyron is air. And Itchy Rectum is the name of Smelly Fingers. Great, thanks, Itchy Rectum. Gross. And so anyways, we're at the part now where the party are all lead operational engineers for the different metals. There's the player one's going to be the lead operational engineer for bronze, which is responsible for plumbing and piping. Player 2 is the engineer for steel, which is more like the infrastructure of the city. Player 3 is copper, which is the electrical infrastructure. Player 4 is the operational engineer for gold, which is economics, which is the minting of currency, as well as tech, like circuit board conductors and such. And them, together with Stan, who's the city lead steam engineer, are the Steam Council, which is the Structure, Trade, Economics Assessment Ministry. So the Steam Council. And the Steam Council has noticed that the city is descending. They're going to do a check of the steam infrastructure, and find out that there are no problems with the steam infrastructure, and that can't explain why the city's descending. And so Stan, the city lead, is going to tell the rest of the party, you know, the flight is largely steam, but also partially magic. And if the steam isn't bad, then it must be the magic. They're going to go see the god Merlin of Zephyron. And Merlin is going to be visibly weakened, visibly withering. And Merlin tells the party that this isn't an illness. He's actively being drained of his power. And that the party needs to find what's causing this decay, what's causing this siphoning, this loss of his power. Or else the city will fall below the quote-unquote bad cloud layer, because the planet surface is uninhabitable. So that needs to make sure that the city doesn't fall below this bad cloud layer. And because this is a one-shot, I don't think I can leave it to the party. Okay, here's what I'll do. Give the party a chance to piece together what could be wrong. If the party cannot come up with a viable solution, have Stan suggest it might have something to do with the people calling in sick. So now, because essentially I want the people who called in sick to work for the past couple times to be the hook to suggest that, the god is sick, these people are sick, is there any connection? They go see the people, let's see. When they go see one of the people who are sick, let's see. How much time in a one-off? Usually 3 hours, maybe a little bit more. 3 hours, it's fucking tight, man. 3 hours is tight. I've done a couple one-shots. I've kept it to the tight 3 hours. Last time I kind of fucked up. I had so much front-loaded narrative that I had to rush the final encounter, and that felt awful. So I want to make sure I have easy shortcuts to make sure that we don't get bogged down in narrative or running in circles. So, tight 3 hours. Let's see. When they go see one of the people who are sick, who is sick. One of the people, when they go see one who is sick. My wife's a copy editor, so I got to do all the English properly. When they go see one of the people is sick, they discover that this person is also a magic user. Maybe they find this out. They find this out because the person appears withered and weak, just like Merlin. So I think that's going to be the connection. When they go see one of the people who's sick, that person is going to be withered and weak, just like Merlin. So why don't we do this? They go see one of the people who's sick. They find the person appears withered and weak, just like Merlin. RP about the sickness. Person will not want to reveal they can use magic because magic users are often seen as threats to Merlin and are sometimes thrown from the city to prevent an uprising. So this is kind of the idea. The person doesn't want to admit that they can use magic because magic users can be they can be seen as threats to the current god. But now this person needs to lead to the rogue wizard who's draining everyone. How does this person lead to... Maybe they saw someone new? Why are the people sick at all if the rogue wizard is draining the god? Okay, so the idea is that this rogue wizard is he's going from city to city, draining the gods as well as all other magic users. So my universe, I've created the whole universe. Magic is magic power is actually a thing called ink. And it's an actual like new substance, right? Like most people can't see it or feel it or anything, but people who can feel it are called weavers, and they can manipulate ink, and the manipulation of ink is what causes spells. So you draw a fireball in ink and a fireball comes out, kind of thing. And some people can see the ink. Those are called seers. And the ink looks exactly like what it sounds like. It sounds like heavy ink suspended in the air. And it's kind of drawn like calligraphy, suspended calligraphy. And there are different colors of ink. Yes, absolutely. There are different colors of ink. And the different colors, well, you don't know much about that from the main campaign yet. Is ink phonetic? It's just called that. Like, it's called ink because it looks like that. The very, very few people who can see ink, when they're trying to describe, like, one person weaves, one person sees. The person looks at the weaver, and what they see is a person drawing in ink in the air, is what it looks like. Like heavy, wet, suspended calligraphy. And so they called it ink because that's what it looks like to the seers. But it's not actual ink, right? It's I described it as all atoms vibrate, and kind of the rippling effect of that vibration is ink. So it's actually a very physical thing. It's a product of the physical universe. And some people can manipulate it and move it and control it. And those are the weavers, kind of thing. So this god, this Merlin, and the gods of the cities are master weavers. They've got tons of ink inside of them. They can inherently weave massive spells. And this rogue wizard is trying to drain all of the ink out of the gods. But it's not targeted at the god. They set up siphons that siphon ink out of all weavers. Anyone that can weave has their ink drained. So these other wizards, quote unquote wizards, these other weavers who are trying to not be noticed are having their ink drained too. So they're sick, they're not going to work, and it's because they're having their ink drained. So when they go see this worker, this steampunk worker, and the guy's sick and not showing up to work, it's because he's having his ink drained, but he doesn't know that. So I'm wondering, how does this sick worker, how does this kind of subtle weaver who's trying not to get noticed lead them to the rogue wizard who's draining all the ink out of weavers in an attempt to drain the god? That's a tough one. I'm thinking maybe they saw a new person. Flu-like symptoms, kind of, but also mostly like withering, like kind of like from the Dark Crystal, when they stare into the crystal and they get withered and emaciated, almost like that. Kind of like Theoden from Lord of the Rings. Maybe they feel a pull in the magic like weaker magic users are called to the siphons. Notice the ink being pulled from the air in a direction, maybe to this first. Hey, Mystery Light. Holy shit. That sounds fucking awesome, Mystery Light. Thank you so much, man. No rush, no pressure, but thank you so much. Mystery Light, for those of you that don't know, is a student of mixing and mastering of music, and they've offered to take one of my tracks and make it sound not bad. Okay. I like this idea. So Lastiel and Pagan, you guys both came up with the same idea, and I kind of like this. Oh fuck, Cypher. Okay. Lastiel, Pagan, Cypher. I think you guys have hit exactly what it's going to be. One of the party. Oh, I don't know if I want to make one of them a seer. I think. Ooh, that's tough. Seers are super rare. Okay, I like the idea that the worker will describe a strange pull in the air recently. It seems to coincide with when they started to get weaker and sicker. They can still feel the pull. Okay, Cypher, Itchy, I think you guys are onto something now. Okay, I fucking like that idea. Okay, I kind of like this. I like them being able to see, but I like maybe a device helping them see. That's kind of fucking cool. Could smell the ink. I think I like the idea of yes, exactly. Oh fuck. Yes. Okay. I like this. Okay, they can still feel the pull. Party goes back to oopsie. What did I do? Party goes back to Merlin with information about this pull to see if he feels the pull too. He describes the same sensation coming from the same direction, gives them a device to help them see the essence of magic. The guys here don't know what ink is. Yes, keep with this. Yes, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Helps them see the essence of magic. Nobody here knows the word ink in this universe. In this setting, in this world, in this place. I can't say too much. There are spoilers for the reality that I don't want to give too much away. So in this place, in this thinger, they don't call it ink. They call it kind of the essence of magic or the essence of gods. Yes, so I do think what they're gonna do is they're gonna help them see the essence of magic. They use this device to follow the flows of ink to a siphon. The siphon is a device that the rogue god is using to drain Merlin and the other weavers. When they approach it, it will attack them to prevent its discovery from being reported. Okay, so now this is a nice little bit of combat to deal with the automaton, and that'll help them. That'll give them a chance for combat, and this is their first hook to the rival wizard. Okay. Now I think after they defeat the automaton, they can bring the parts back to Stan, the lead engineer, and he will yeah, okay, so Pagan, here's a neat thing. I'm actually not using D&D 5e. I'm using Monster of the Week rule set, and combat can be resolved in a single round of initiative. Yeah. So literally, I like doing these combats just to make people feel cool, do fun things. And it'll literally be one person does this, one person does that, blast, 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 and then a narrative end to the fight. I don't need to keep track of health pools. I don't need to keep track of stuff. It's just kind of a cool thing to give people a chance to get some cool narrative combat, because I 100% agree. Combat can drag on for a long time, and if you have any more than your one big fight at the end, yeah, it can really get messy. So I totally agree. They can bring the parts back to Stan, the lead engineer, and he will notice that it looks that he saw similar looking things showing up ever since the new guy showed up to work in the copper section. Naraka, hello. Yeah, Apocalypse Engine is, yeah, it's tough not to kill my players, let me tell you that much. When each player has 7 hit points and the enemies can hit for 2 to 3, the combat can end in a real big bad way. But I've got some heavy hitter role players with my campaign, so I like to give them the opportunity to do a lot of RP. So I like this. The Stan has noticed someone new starting the copper section. And copper is what, player 2 or something? Player 2, player 3. Zelda, hello Zelda. Player 3 will know that no one new has started in the copper section. This is kind of their hook to look for the new guy in the copper section. When they go to the copper section, probably just in the interest of time, Zelda, a little bit late. Technically, I should be wrapping up 10 minutes ago, but I want to kind of get the main idea out. There's so much more work to do on this, but I want to have the basic bones of the story written out. I think when they go to the copper section, player 3 will ask around about a new guy, and the other workers will talk about someone strange showing up and doing something that they don't understand. Oh, Zelda, no problem, no problem. Are we gonna name the villain? Yeah, we'll name the villain tonight too. The copper section will say that the new guy shows up from below, and the party can use the ink seeing device to follow the trail of ink being siphoned. Adam, off to sleep. Awesome stream tonight, Techsmith. Thanks for the gift sub again, Merlin. Thank you for hanging out, Adam. This has been a bit of a weird stream. It's not usually my normal pace, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. This has been fun for me. Okay. The trail of ink will lead to a tower that is attached to the bottom of the city. There will be 3 ink siphon automatons draining. No, wait. Okay, here's trying to think of a cool device, maybe a kaleidoscope type thing. Kaleidoscope would be cool. Oh, have it at the right angle? I kind of like that. Oh, dude, Naraka. Holy fuck. I am craving a main campaign Mars so much. It was such a cliffhanger. Hey, Merlin Hodges coming in with gift number 1126 to Naraka. Merlin, you beast. Worthy of the god of Zephyron. Thank you, Merlin. But yeah, Naraka, I know it's such a cliffhanger on main campaign. I'm sad that it's been 3 weeks. Okay, trail of ink will lead to a tower that's attached to the bottom of the city. They will see a shady individual on their way, and when confronted, will engage in combat. This is the rogue wizard, and he will not damage the party much, but will be obviously like impervious. Oh yeah, the glasses that Luna Lovegood wore. Yeah. Okay. Have him suggest in a comical bad guy style that they had best stay away from his siphons. I mean, it's tough. It's got to be a little bit ham-fisted with a one-shot, right? So then he will run away. Wait, no. I know. Okay, hold on. I got a better idea. He will be obviously impervious. The rogue wizard will be too busy for this and send his siphon automatons to deal with the party. When one siphon is destroyed with the wizard still in sight, he will stumble and fall, clearly weakened from the loss of his automaton. After the party he will retreat further below in the city. After destroying the second automaton, the party can follow him to a tower that has attached itself to the bottom of the city. This is the tower of... Gotta make sure it's consistent. Tower of Uwa'u. Can't believe you guys named my fucking tower after a meme. Tower of Uwa'u. This is what happens when you build a story with chat. You get a meme as your fucking tower name, but also Uwa'u is kind of a cool thing. Quick question, Tech. Is this, in this world, is there any way to compress the ink kind of like propane? Could make for some fun, explosive, inky situations. Interesting concept. Maybe. Ink is mostly meant for the writing of spells, like the designing of spells in the air. It doesn't really have much like compressibility because it's not an actual fluid. But I don't know. I will say maybe. I'll say maybe. That's not an impossibility, but it's not really necessarily in line with the physics of ink as I had kind of envisioned. This is the Tower of Uwa'u. The rogue wizard resides within. Can't store ink into tanks for later usage. Not really. It's kind of written with, and then it becomes whatever it was written into. It kind of constantly leaks and evaporates, like it just becomes nothing. That because it's the ripple of the vibration of atoms, eventually the ripple dissipates. So it kind of just, when it's not used and written with, it just kind of dissipates. When the party finds him, he will be reeling with the loss of his siphons and will be manageable in a fight. Would need an agitation factor? Yeah, pretty much. So it really is like a God particle? It kind of is. Oh, shit. You're right. It is like a Higgs boson. Fucking exactly right, Cypher. Okay. The party fights him. He will be manageable in a fight. He will try to convince the party that his quest is to become so powerful he will manage a single super city. No more god wars, no more scavenging from other cities. One peaceful city under his rule. Many cities will have to die and gods will fall for this to happen, but it is for the best in the long run, because villains always need to be like have a logical reason for doing what they're doing. Makes them he will offer the party a place in his tower and on his final city if they stop and let him finish his siphoning. There we go. I think that's going to be, this is where the decision is. The party can help to rebuild his siphons. The party can help to rebuild his siphons and ally with the rogue wizard. Or they can kill him to restore Merlin and save this city. There we go. That's I think power is like offer him a place in the tower and on his final city and in high station. So he'll make them rich, he'll make them powerful, he'll make them part of the new city. But they have to sacrifice Merlin and their city. But do I feel like Milton would kill Merlin? He probably would. He probably would. Milton's gonna be voting to ally with the rogue wizard. Okay. I think from there I can just kind of like improv it. They kill him. They kill him, and they go back and see how healthy Merlin is, and Merlin rewards them, or they ally with him. They build the siphons. The city falls out of the sky, and they take off, and in the Tower of Uau, and start building a newer, singular, better city. Slump's voice, fuck them. Trying to figure out if I have the recent expansion for Destiny 2. I don't know, man. I would say, like, Milton, I would say just fucking wait for, have no idea if I'm Forsaken. You know what, Milton? I would say just say fuck it. Because it's coming out on Steam pretty soon, and you can buy Shadowkeep, which is everything. You buy Shadowkeep on Steam, and it's everything that has ever come out for Destiny. And there you can do an account transfer. Like, you transfer your account and everything to Steam, and you get all the expansions. So it might be better to just fucking wait for Shadowkeep to come out. Okay, so I think we're kind of good to basically kind of call that the end of the story for the bare bones. It's been 3.5 hours, and we have barely finished the bare bones. There's another another 4 hours of work. We don't even have the narrative camera, guys. Damn. Yeah. This is oh, villain name. That's right. We need to do the villain name. All right, one more straw poll for the villain name. Let's see. Straw poll. Straw poll. Create poll. Villain's name. Kiki. Tim. Jareth. Phobator. Despacito. Dorian. Zaltos. Solon. Fair. Indureth. Right. Villain Nam. I like that. I liked, if you guys ever watched Killing Eve, I liked Villanelle. That was a good name. Private. Create poll. There you go. There's the poll. And we can take a look at ye olde results. There's too many good names, man. There's so many fucking good names there. How the hell do you decide? Right? Look at those fucking results. They're all fucking good names. Oh, Indurath is a little bit ahead. Oh, Kiki, Despacito, and Indurath. The fucking, the meme is strong with these guys. Let's see. I think we can do this. There we go. Kind of works. Oh God. Am I actually going to name my fucking villain Kiki? You guys. You friggin' guys. I like Tim. I know Tim's a good one. Wow. Wow. Toxic, 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 toxic. Looks like Kiki might be the winner. I think I'm gonna call it. No, I don't think there's no way we're gonna get enough votes for anything else to beat Kiki. All right. Kiki's the villain. Hope you guys are proud of yourselves. All right. Feel good about it. Toxic. Toxic chat. All right. Wanted Indurath. Indurath is like a good name. The bad girl now. That's true. Can I spell it Kiki? Yeah, that's true. Maybe we'll spell it a little bit different. What do you mean? It's like the spelling won't really matter when it comes to the game. They're just gonna hear Kiki. All right. All right. How many pages do we have? I don't know how many pages we have. One. Oh, is this just like one giant long fucking thing? Yeah, there are no pages on WordPad. Okay, well, Kiki's the villain. And we got the bones, of the whole story, guys, so I could technically run a session with these notes. I would feel horribly underprepared, but I could run a session with these notes. And I think we're looking pretty good. And I might do another stream of polishing this out. Or I might just polish it out on my own. Because ick. We're fine with Kiki. Okay, guys, I think we're pretty good to go. Thank you so much for all the incredible help fucking writing this shit. No. Don't crash. Don't crash. Okay. Cool. This was fun. Thank you guys. This is super fucking cool. I really liked writing a session with you guys. I'm sorry we couldn't get the whole thing done, but really there was no chance that we could write a one shot in a single stream. But we got a good chunk written. We got the bones written. I think what I'll probably do is I will write this whole thing and then I'll post it in my Discord so you guys can see what the finished product looks like. And you can see how what we did here kind of shaped that.